It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Preparing the Krabby Patty!
What's up? You guys probably don't know this about me, but I'm a tried and true gamer. I've been playing video games since I was a fetus in my mother's vagina. It's honestly my #1 source of happiness and entertainment. All this is to show you is that I have amazing judgment when it comes to telling a good game from a bad game. I know most of my critiques are just shit posting to piss people off, but some people like it and other people get offended, but I think that's hilarious. I feel like if you get easily upset when someone disagrees with your opinion about a celebrity, concept, or program, you must have a really low level of intelligence. But then again, who am I? Some sort of genius? I just want to tell you guys to steer clear of this casual friendly piece of shit known as Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch. Animal Crossing is probably the most casual friendly game next to Pokemon Smile, but seriously, you get on a plane, land on the island that you picked, do some chores, and after you're finished with that, we'll get back to that part later. It's kind of like a survival game with no real stakes. The only things that pose a threat are the wasps that give you fucking herpes, and the tarantula, which is actually terrifying. But the entire threat of dying is just completely stripped away because there are virtually no consequences. The only way I can see death in this game being an actual concern is if you're on another island getting resources and you get sent to the Shadow Realm, which is your house. Yes, the consequence for dying is going back to your house. That's it. Nothing else happens. The fear of losing all your items that hold value to you or it's like a shit ton of time to get is what makes survival games intense and fun. At this point, I can't call it a survival game. I don't know what the fuck to call it, so I guess I gotta look it up. I guess life simulation is a more fitting name, but even then in life simulation games like The Sims, death is a consequence. So to answer your question of what Animal Crossing is, the best I can do is say it's like Minecraft, but with an overhead camera and it's way less serious. I'm also going to be comparing these two, by the way. I think a safe place to start is with Animal Crossing's progression. I have one rule of thumb that I go by when choosing a game I want to buy. That rule being, if it can be speedrun, it probably has some pretty great progression. Of course, I was aware that Animal Crossing wasn't a game that was typically speedrun, but the progression overall is just so fucking slow, especially when you compare it to the progression in games like Hollow Knight, Pokemon, Cuphead, and of course Minecraft. It is cripplingly slow. I really wish I was over exaggerating, but I promise you I'm not. I already mentioned what you do when you get on your island, but after you do everything that you're supposed to do, well, that's just it. For that day at least. Starting out in this game is slower than Lineage of Mice and Men. In order to progress in this game and gain the abilities needed to make your island the way you want it, you have to wait actual days. Not like Minecraft 20-minute days, real life 24-hour days. Can someone please justify and explain why the fuck I have to wait 2 real life weeks to get an item that is essential to making my island the way I want it? That is seriously fucking retarded. If you don't feel like waiting that long, you can always time travel by changing the time on your Switch, but of course I didn't know that. I don't really blame myself because it was my first time playing an Animal Crossing game. But just think about this for a second. If the goal of a game is to keep the player's attention for as much time as possible, why in the fuck would you prevent them from doing more for that long? That's just one example, but it takes days to get other shit that is a staple to your island. This was even more of a problem because when this released, we were indoors 99% of the time and people needed more to do. Before you get to terraform, most of this game just equates to doing the tasks that this bastard gives you, finishing them, and then, you know, you can do whatever you want. But the catch is that whatever you want consists of farming for bells, which is the currency of this game, and repeating that process until you break down crying because you realize that you just spent $60 plus tax on waiting for the next day so I can have some shit to do simulator. I don't like waiting for shit that I can't work towards. At least give me the option to obtain new recipes for tools and decorations if I put in the work for it. I don't feel like waiting for a new recipe to randomly wash up on the shore or fall from the fucking sky. I paid $60 fucking dollars, dude. Give me my shit. I don't even want to talk about the other stuff that makes me mad about this, but I have to. The main objective in this game is to get dumb rich and create your dream town, and after you complete that, Wait for the next game in like 3 to 5 years. You have a finite amount of space to do what you want. There's no expanding your town more. What you have is what you get. Even though Minecraft doesn't technically have infinite worlds, there's more than enough space to do exactly what you want. I guess you could always make a new account on your Switch and start from scratch, but you'll have the same island you had at the start because you only get one island per Switch, and they won't allow you to change it. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. I bought Minecraft for $20 on the Xbox 360 and got it for free when the new version came out on the Xbox One. And I can make as many worlds as I wanted and transfer over the other worlds from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One. Compare what you get in a $20 game to a $60 game. You can understand why I'm a little bit angry. Animal Crossing artificially stretches out its lifespan by making you wait. There is pretty much no reason to keep playing this or replay it after you reach your goal. One out of many of Minecraft's advantages is that it can be replayed time and time again because the world generates randomly, so nothing really is the same. Dude, this $20 indie game gives you multiple dimensions to explore and build, new enemies to fight throughout every single one of those dimensions, naturally generated structures that give you fun shit to use. They even have bosses which you actually need to prepare for, and if you beat them, they grant good rewards. Also, as an added bonus, if you want to fight them again, you can, as many times as you want. And keep in mind that this is just the survival mode of the game. If you don't feel like gathering materials and you just want to build, you have creative. It gives you access to everything in the game, and you can fly, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with no restrictions. You don't need to pray that a recipe is just gonna fall from the sky so you can make some fucking furniture. Make your own. Everything is available to you if you just put the work in. And do not give me the bullshit about how the Switch's hardware doesn't allow for Animal Crossing to be as big as Minecraft when you can make infinite worlds on the Switch version of the game. And Minecraft only gets better with friends, but I can't say the same about Animal Crossing. Even though with multiplayer, it still feels like you're just playing by yourself. Multiplayer is arguably the most important element for keeping a game alive. Single player games are cool, but most people are just gonna move on. With a good multiplayer, you can easily get people to keep coming back for the simple fact that playing with other people is just fun. Some of my best and worst experiences have come from multiplayer games and the interaction with other people. How to Minecraft, SMP Live, and Minecraft Mondays were a success because the multiplayer in Minecraft is just so much fun and so much better than Animal Crossing. You can't have the same level of interaction in Animal Crossing. The most you could really have fun doing with your friends is mini games, and those really do get old quick. If you have fun with that, that's cool, but it's just not enough for me. The multiplayer really just boils down to visiting someone's island to get a tour, playing a couple mini games, getting bored, and leaving. In Minecraft, it's just straight fun to do whatever the host is allowed to do. You can fight bosses, build your own town. You can literally do whatever you want no matter what your role is in the world. Of course, you can revoke these abilities if you're the host. The multiplayer in Animal Crossing just feels so shit and bland, but maybe it has something to do with how casually friendly it is. There's nothing wrong with casually friendly games. It just bothers me when they're too overly casual and it hinders the gameplay, you know? It's a big surprise for me to be positive on this channel, but there are a couple of things I can compliment it on though. For one, dude, this game looks fucking gorgeous. I don't usually give a shit about a game's graphics because I don't play games for how pretty they look. I play them for the gameplay, but it's just something about small characters with adorable facial expressions that make me kind of happy. All the characters are so adorable. I mean, look at my guy, he's like super cute. No homo. Another thing is that I got a lot of people into the gaming space, and whenever a game manages to accomplish that, it's a thumbs up for me. I know a lot of people who don't really get involved in games, and Animal Crossing was their first experience at like really, you know, like investing time into a game. Like some of my friends have 500 plus hours on Animal Crossing, and I just think that's super fucking cool, dude. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's really about it. Unfortunately, graphics and bringing in a new audience just can't carry a game, dude. In conclusion, Animal Crossing New Horizons is an extremely casually friendly game that has slower progression than the logging. Even though it's gorgeous as fuck, that's not gonna prevent it from dying a couple months from now because there's nothing to do and the multiplayer is ass. It's a real shame that I got burnt out so quickly because I was so hyped for this game. I was genuinely excited to play this game, and I was just as excited playing it until I continued playing it. Then it got increasingly boring. I guess the game just wasn't for me in the first place. I guess I just wanted a new experience. Cause dude, Nintendo has been doing things and it's been super depressing. Like I've been playing Pokemon for 10 years competitively and casually, and Sword and Shield have just let me down, dude, along with a whole bunch of other games. The Isle of Armor DLC sucked so much dick, and I'm praying that when the Crown Tundra comes out on the 22nd, it's gonna be a whole lot better. But from the looks of it, I'm scared. You can do your own research about why Sword and Shield are probably considered one of the worst games in the main series. The only hope I have left is Breath of the Wild 2, and if that's not good, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Talking about Game Freaks and Nintendo's business decisions can be an entirely different video on its own, and I don't have the patience for that right now. I know I'm kind of getting a little off track because like none of this stuff is actually in the script and whatever, but it's just so disappointing and sad to see Nintendo taking the money hungry route. And like, yeah, I know they're a business and everything, and I guess one day this was gonna come, and I really shouldn't be surprised, but it just hurts, dude, because like I just valued them really high and always had like this mindset that they always make quality games, and whatever they put out on their like main titles was gonna be just fucking mind-blowing and amazing, and I was gonna love it. But recently I just have not been liking the games that they've been putting out. When I say I want Breath of the Wild 2 and Crown Tundra to be good, I mean, dude, I really mean it. Breath of the Wild can take 15 years to come out, but I just want that game to be as perfect as possible. Crown Tundra, I don't know, man. Pokemon is just ever since 3D came out on the 3DS with X and Y, it's just not been the same. It's been fucking terrible. This doesn't just go for Pokemon, but a lot of games are just so much easier now, and it's just to appeal to a larger market, and it's so annoying to me because I'm just thinking like, you already have enough money. Does it really matter? It's so annoying because they're making the games lower quality, and I'm just so disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm gonna stop ranting, but I'm truly disappointed, man. It's like 12 a.m. and it's Sunday, or it was Sunday, so if you could drop a like, because this video took a metric shit ton of time to make, that would be cool. Or leave a dislike, whatever floats your boat. Sorry about getting a little ranty at the end. It's just that video games are a pretty passionate subject, you know? Hopefully you guys are having a good day, because I know online school can be a little tough, but I believe in you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.